Hey, Justin here from Mystery Tackle Box. Let's talk about some swim baits. Let's talk about little small profile swim baits like the Lucky John series. Now there's a couple I've got in my hand here we're going to be throwing, but swim baits are really good in the post-spawn, summer, fall. They're really good at imitating shad. They're very versatile baits. And so the ones we have right here, this is the Tioga, and then we have the Long John series. We got two different sizes. So I'm going to put these to the test here. I'm going to show you a few different ways to rig them, a few different ways to fish them, different areas and things like that to be most effective throughout all times of the year. Probably one of the easiest ways to fish this little 4-inch swim bait, the Long John, is to just put a little weighted hook in it. You could fish it weightless as well, but it's not going to sink very much. You're going to have to fish it super slow. But I like to put a little weighted hook in there. This is a 3/0 Mustad, a little swim bait hook. It's just got a little keeled weight on the bottom. Just rig it right on the top, Texpose it. This is a bluegill color. I've dyed the tail chartreuse, and this is something I like to swim in the shallows around all sorts of cover. You can fish it around grasses, you can fish it around brush. One of my favorite places to fish little swim baits like this in the warmer months is around marinas and different docks and things like that. Just had a bite first cast. So they're really effective at getting bites, and they're not really flashy. They're better suited for clear water, but a little swim bait like this will just get a lot of bites. Now there's multiple ways you could rig these swim baits. I really like to use them as trailers as well, like on chatterbaits and spinner baits, but where I like to use them, there's one. Oh man, he tagged it a couple times. God, these fish are going crazy. He slurped that, absolutely swallowed it. Goodness gracious. Look at that. He wanted that. He hit it a couple times. He came back and grabbed it. Nice fish. Not as big as that first one, but nice fish. What I'm saying is I like to use these on, spinner baits and chatterbaits like that as a trailer, but when I use them by themselves mostly is on highly pressured lakes. It's just a small little, very easy to eat profile, or in just really clear water where a spinnerbait and a chatterbait is just too much flash. You need that real finesse profile. So I'm going to get another one of these baits out here, and I'm going to show you exactly how I like to rig them on this weighted swim bait hook. You can use a screw lock hook if you prefer. It's usually what people use on swim baits, but this little Mustad hook, this is a cool little hook right here. All you got to do is you just come through that hook point, just like you would a regular hook. You slide. Normally I would lubricate that, make that easier to go through, but since it's already pretty greasy, it's fine. And then you just go right up through the top. And because that's a bluegill color, I like to dye the tail chartreuse, but you just Texpose that hook right on top like that, and then you got a weightless or a weighted weedless swim bait that's really effective. Okay, so obviously rigging it by itself works really good, but I also want to show you guys how to rig it on a spinnerbait or chatterbait. Yeah, this is one of the smaller versions of that Long John, and it makes a perfect little spinnerbait trailer. The swimming action's really good. It's not a huge wobble, it's kind of a tighter wobble, so it makes it perfect for spinnerbait. It's not going to interrupt your flow. Same thing with a chatterbait, it's not going to interrupt the action of it. Of course, everybody knows how to fish a spinnerbait, just straight retrieve. But sometimes having that extra trailer on there helps. You can conceal the trailer hook, and another thing that it does is adds a little contrast to your bait. This is like a totally white spinnerbait. I got this in one of my mystery tackle boxes. I think this is a Impulse spinnerbait, but it's all white. Having that little chartreuse on there, something about chartreuse, I don't know what it is, bass really like it, and adds a little extra flavor to your spinnerbaits or chatterbaits. My favorite way to fish these little Lucky John swim baits is really just like I'm doing, just around shallow cover. But on other lakes that I've been to where there's deeper, clearer water, I would take this and I would put it on a little jig head, like a 1/4 ounce ball jig head or a little swim bait head, and swim it in deeper water for spotted bass and largemouth and smallmouth. You could even bounce it off the bottom like a shaky head with just a lift approach, lift and drop approach. But where I am in Texas, there's just so much shallow cover, and it's the best way to fish it right now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Big one. Big one on the Lucky John. Oh, I knew I was going to get a big one. Oh, man, he smashed it. No, don't jump. No. Man, these fish are frisky today. All right, you're almost done. Ah, come here. You're barely hooked. Gotcha. Gotcha. There we go. There's a big bass. Whew, barely had him hooked right there in the corner of the mouth. But he absolutely just slurped it. It was just dong, dong. Started taking off with it. Whew. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love throwing swim baits. It's a fun bite. And this lake that I'm on, this is the clearest I've seen the water in a long time. So it makes it the perfect day for throwing swim baits like that around the shallow cover. Oh, gotta smell you. Oh, nice fish. Hey, do you like mysteries? Do you like boxes? Do you like tackle? Well, you've come to the right spot. Hope you learned something on this tip and trick video, and if you'd like to see more, you can go ahead and subscribe right here to the Mystery Tackle Box YouTube channel. And if you want to, you can get boxes sent to you every month for as low as $15 a month. Go ahead and hit us on the like situation down there as well.